Obviously, it's not you, but it's your co-founder.
It's Gad, co-founder and CTO of KaYama Foods. And I have a question for you guys. Who likes food? Okay, yeah, not surprising. We all like it. But I'm talking about that tasty, juicy, scrumptious, aromatic stuff. We're all programmed to prefer these kind of foods. It's a feature, not a bug. But the problem is that this leads us to make not so healthy choices. Usually, the tastier the food is, then the less healthy it is. And many times, there is one ingredient to blame, and that is the fat. Saturated fat delivers extraordinary outcomes, but it comes with a cost. Food manufacturers today are struggling to give us the experience we want, but meet consumer preferences. They're failing on both. And this is blocking growth into new categories and segments. At KaYama Foods, our solution is physically structured fat. We can take healthy liquid plant-based oils and turn them into something solid that looks, feels, and behaves just like the real thing. But up to 90% less saturated fat, no cholesterol, it's all natural and plant-based. We've developed 2 prototypes, one which resembles the properties of beef tallow, excellent for meat alternatives and shortening, and the other is butterfat, which is great for chocolate and confectionery and bakery applications. The technology is patent pending, and of course, everything is clean label. The benefits are clear. We're delivering hardness, visibility, and stability, which is something the manufacturers can work with. Our vision is bold, but we know how to focus on specific categories. What you can see here is where we are at the moment. We have already secured the ability to produce tens of kilos and are delivering samples to potential clients for inspection. We plan to scale up and reach full commercialization within 1 to 1.5 years. To do this, we have a team of dedicated professionals, a businesswoman, an engineer, and a chef. What we're looking for is to fundraise $1 million. We've already secured half of this with a non-dilutive grant, and this will take us to the next step where we can achieve regulatory clearance and commercialize our product in Europe. Thank you very much. If you want to try something tasty, please come and visit me over there at my stand. So, my question to the panel. At the funding stage we are at, pre-seed, we found interest from both traditional VCs, but also from strategic partners like corporates and such. And my question to you is, how do we balance between these 2 different types of funding to really make sure that we receive the support and ongoing investment that may be needed? How do we balance out these 2 types of funding?
Maybe I can start. So building the cap table is a very important part of your business, and what kind of partners you will take with you on board will define your business. So I think both sides, corporates and investors, might be good, but you have to always have in mind that corporates have a really long time sometimes to stay with your company, and investors usually want to disinvest after a couple of years. So this is important. Also, when you bring these 2 parts, they have to be aligned. So before you decide, make sure that there won't be arguments in the board if you will bid such a. So this is definitely important. And of course, the funds they start sometimes building their funds, so you have to also take it under consideration if they can support you further during the way. So this may be a few drops from my side.
Yeah.
Absolutely, and to add on to that, I think in your ask right now, you're projecting a 14-month runway, right? If you add corporates in there, you add regulatory clearance, things like this. It might be important to think about how long of a runway you want to have in this round, and whether you want to maybe extend it a bit more. Otherwise, you're going to be preparing for the next fundraise maybe in a month already after this one.
Yeah.
And also, from my side, I mean, strategic and non-strategic investors are both very important. At earlier stage, of course, a strategic one might mean that you're indeed tied a bit longer with these players. So make sure, and this is something that we already mentioned in the previous comments, but make sure of the contracts that you make with these companies, because of course you don't want exclusivity from the very first beginning. So make sure that you preserve yourself, your future, and your company, and also the other shareholders, but at the same time you gain market access through a strategic player most of the time. So just, it's a matter of balance.
One really interesting piece of advice that we've gotten there before is you can actually play with exclusivity, right? So it's bad to give exclusivity for chocolate, for example. It's a huge market. But you can also give exclusivity for chocolate bars containing Noga in it, for example. And that gives you back some control in what you promise, what you give away.
Yeah.
And still, for a company that focuses on that sub-niche of product, can be super valuable. So
Yes.
one doesn't exclude the other.
Yeah.
I believe we have one question in the audience, right?
Yeah, thanks for your presentation. I was just wondering, is it a novel food according to EU regulations?
So all the ingredients which we use are FDA GRAS approved in the US, and part of the ingredients are also already approved in Europe, and we're working with an advisor to secure the rest of the regulatory clearance which is needed in Europe.